In this demo, I'll be showing the 1.2 release of IBM Script Portlet for WebSphere Portal. Script Portlet is a tool that lets web developers create applications for Portal using just HTML, JavaScript, and CSS. The web artifacts are stored in Web Content Manager, and this gives you features such as project support and workflow approval for all of your applications and content. You can use any JavaScript libraries and frameworks that you want. You can build applications from the browser using the Script Portlet editor, or you can build and test with your preferred external editors and then import or push the code to the server. I'll show a couple different ways of building applications. First, I'll use the Script Portlet editor in the browser, and then I'll show how you can use external tools and bring the application into Portal. Here's my Portal 8.5 website, and I have a page here where I want to create a new application. So I'll put the page into edit mode, click create, click applications, and find the Script Portlet. I'll drag it onto the page, and then I'll click the edit button to bring up the Script Portlet editor. As you can see, I've got 3 tabs in the editor initially for HTML, JavaScript, and CSS. And on the right-hand side, this is a preview pane where I can see the running application. I can type my code in here, and then every time I click the Save button, it'll show the code on the right-hand side. When I close the editor, you'll see what it looks like on the Portal page. Now, let me bring in some code that I have in JS Fiddle to do something a little more complex. This is a customer list application that's using the jQuery data tables library. So I'll just take the different parts of this application and copy and paste them into my Script Portlet. First, the HTML, copy, paste into the HTML tab, then the JavaScript, copy and paste into the JavaScript tab, and finally the CSS into the CSS tab. Click Save. And now you'll see the running application in the preview pane. I'll close the Script Portlet editor, take the page out of edit mode, and here's the final page with the application running as a portlet. Next, I'll show how you can take a more complex application that's built outside of Portal and import it into a Script Portlet. The application I'll use here is one that's built with the Angular JS framework. It has an index.html and a number of other files such as JavaScript and CSS. I can run this application standalone just by opening it in my browser. This is a to-do application that lets me create a to-do list and mark items complete and remove them from the list. Now, to bring this application into my Script Portlet, all I need to do is to zip up the entire folder, then back in Portal, create a new Script Portlet and import it into there. So again, I'll put the page into edit mode, click Create, drag a Script Portlet onto the page, and this time I'll click the Import button and select the zip file that I just created, import it. It shows me a list of all the imported files, and when I close the dialog, we'll see the running application. I'll take the page out of edit mode so we can see the final rendering. It has all the same functionality, but now running as a portlet alongside any other portlets or content you may have. Now, the next thing I want to show is the new command line support for updating applications from your developer workstation. For this scenario, I'll use this Contact Manager application. This is built using the Backbone JavaScript framework. It lets me view and update a list of contacts. Let's look at this application out on my file system. Again, it consists of an index.html and a number of other files, JavaScript, CSS, image files, and so forth. Now let me bring it up in the Sublime text editor. And I'll make a change here. I'll change the title here from Contact Manager Demo to Contact Manager Sample. I'll save the file. And now I'll update it using the command line feature. So the command I use is sp-push, and I specify the folder where this application is. It'll zip up the entire folder and push it up to the server. So now I can go back to my portal page, just click browser refresh, and now we can see the updated application. So this makes for a really quick edit test cycle using whatever editor you want. Now to make this even quicker, I can configure my text editor to automatically invoke the sp-push command. So to illustrate that, let's make another change. This time I'll make a change to the CSS I'm using here. I'll remove the font style italic so it'll be a plain font on the heading. In this case, I have the sp-push configured to the F1 key, so I'll press the key, and in a few seconds the server will be updated, and I can just click refresh and see my updated styles. Now the italic is gone. Now for this sp-push support, one of the pieces that's required is a configuration file that has information about the script portlet item that you're updating. This is the sp-config JSON file, which is in your application folder, and this has information such as the portal server and the content ID for the script portlet. Now you don't have to create this file yourself. It's generated for you whenever you export any script portlet. To illustrate this, let me go back, open up the script portlet editor for this application, and I'll click the export command. The export command exports all the application resources, and you can use it to move a script portlet to another system. Here you can see all the image files and JavaScript and so forth. And it also generates this spconfig.json file, which is used for the command line support. Okay, the last feature of this release that I want to show is the support for portlet preferences. This is the portal feature that lets business users and administrators customize an application. So for this, I'll go to another page. I'll click the Create button, put the page into edit mode, and this time, instead of adding an empty script portlet, I'm going to use a pre-built application that I have called Stock Tracker. I'll drag it onto the page. This application shows me the current stock prices using data from a public service, and I can click Settings and customize it so I can change what stocks I'm going to display. This saves the data back in the portal database, and it's customized for this particular page. I have another page where I'm using the very same application, but you can see it's configured with a different set of stock ticker symbols. Okay, that was a quick look at Script Portlet and the 1.2 release. For more information, you can visit the Digital Experience Developer site, and there you can find links to the download, you can find samples, and other resources related to Script Portlet.